Today, Rinpoche continued his teaching on the 37 branches of enlightenment, specifically the section on the 4 perfect abandonments, with an explanation of how to meditate on all of these. Decent.
Okay,
that's Gurumche. Parshin Shitun, Drogre, there's Lama. Okay, so now welcome everyone to the Chenrezig Tibetan Buddhist Center. Once again, we're looking at Lama Tsongkhapa's great treatise on the stage of the path to enlightenment, and specifically in the section on training the mind, the stage of the path for beings of great capacity, and then specifically in the section of that where we have 2 categories. One, the explanation of the need for the union of method and wisdom in the perfection vehicle, and then the second category, the need according to the tantric vehicle. We left off also with supporting material last week, which was Panchen Sonandrapa's general meaning of perfection, which we'll get into later. Okay, Diksan. So if everyone turns to page 99 in the English Tibetan treatise, and we're on page 355 in the Tibetan, we'll see where the explanation of this section that we're talking about is. This training in method and wisdom comprising the 6 perfections is, as explained earlier, common to both the mantra and perfection vehicles, for in many of the tantric classics we find repeated mention of the complete path of the 6 perfections, the 6 perfections, 37 branches of enlightenment, the 16 emptinesses, etc., in the context of explanations that the entire celestial mansion and the array of resident deities are the inner qualities of the mind. Therefore, know that all the perfection of wisdom literature's explanations about what is to be adopted and what is to be discarded are comprehensively shared with the mantra vehicle, except in the case of tantric teachings for certain exceptional persons in which they must take the experience of sensory objects as the path, and so forth. Diksan.
Lai Jai Kantang, Goba to Sukalo, Paradisimi Lang to Sukalo, Lai Jai Kantang, Hala Suba, Jai Kala Suba, the Namba Chavala, Son Yores, the Positive Lanta, Shinju Tang, Shanshu Sudin, Tony Judu, Tony to be Shero Judu Suba to Sukalo, Hadan Jai Kang, Namba Chavala, Jagures, Takazonga to Tony Judu to Road Chinro. Okay,
let's go. Chimambo Lasong, okay. So when we look at what is being explained here in the Great Treatise, it says that the entire celestial mansion and the array of resident deities are the inner qualities of the mind, or the inner excellent qualities of the mind. If one were to posit the excellent qualities of the mind, you would say the 6 perfections, the 37 branches of enlightenment, the 16 emptinesses, and specifically here you would state the 16 wisdoms realizing emptiness. So these would be the excellent qualities of the mind that would serve as the basis for and the cause for the arisal of the tantric deities and the abode, if you will, the celestial mansion and pure land and so forth. So these are all a manifestation or a result. Their manifestation is a result of the excellent qualities of the mind. And those excellent qualities are those just mentioned. Now, we've already gone over the 16 emptinesses, so today we'll indulge further, or go further into the 37 branches of enlightenment. Okay.
다 상주스도 담반영화 잡아 제 양다 보고 제 주주지 가마 제 어봉아 또가 상주연라 뒤 파빌랑연라 제바스 어들레 상주스도 대선의 균송도 와
Less so.
담반영화 잡아 제 양다 보고
Less so. Raso.
주주지 어들어 어들 대선의 균도 뒤다 담반영화 잡아 대선들 담반영화 잡아 제 대선 잠깐만 잡아도 가져가서 심 말이야. 잠깐만 미바. 뭐. 된 공투. 어떤 게 조여 말이야.
Dro gonzu gombi gupa. That's
다시 진짜로. 다 다른 거 야다 봉화를 전에 야다 봉화. 잠깐만 잡아지 야다 봉화지로. 야다 봉화지. 안에 니바 파시제도 지나와데 파시제도 되나. 야다 조제데 뉴게 야다 조제데 뉴게.
okay. Mipa mo dro gonzu gombi gupa dradun.
다들 들어. 다양한데 봉화를 된다고 들어서 다. 니발라 하다 줄에서 하다 봉화셔발라야 네 잡아내셔발라 가만하지 줄에서 된다고 그래서.
Okay, so when we look at the 37 branches of enlightenment, they are divided into 7 different categories. The first category are the 4 close placements of mindfulness. The second category, the 4 perfect abandonments. The third category, the 4 aspects of the legs of magical emanation. The fourth category, I believe, yes, fourth category, the 5 aspects of the faculties. The fifth category, the 5 aspects of the strengths. The sixth category is the 7 aspects of the branches of enlightenment. And then the 7th category is the 8 aspects of the branches of the path of the nobles, or of the Aryas. So these are the 7 categories which you'll find. We went over already the first category, which are the 4 aspects of the close placement of mindfulness. So we had body, feelings, minds, and phenomena, and we explained them according to Panchen Sonandrapa's general meaning of perfection. In the general meaning of perfection, Panchen Sonandrapa says there's 6 categories that will explain each of these categories. So the first 4, and then the next 4, etc. So the first 4 of mindfulness of body, feelings, minds, and phenomena have these 6 categories. So what are the 6 categories? The 6 categories are, first, object of observation; second, nature; third, accompanier. It's literally the word for friend, but it can also be translated as accompanying or accompanier. So that's the third category. The fourth is the explanation of familiarization. The next is the need for familiarization. And then the sixth category is the meaning of the sounds, the meaning of the words. So these are the 6 categories which will explain each of these 37 aspects of enlightenment. Did I miss anything? So now we've completed the 4 close placements of mindfulness. Now we move on to the 4 perfect abandonments. And the 4 perfect abandonments have 6 categories: object of observation, nature, accompanier, sometimes concomitant, I think is the word that they use, the explanation of meditation, the need for meditation, and the meaning of the sounds, meaning of the words. So these would be the 6 categories for the 4 perfect abandonments. Okay.
다 양답이 보아들라 아니
보아쇼세나.
조지 양답이 보아로 양답이 보아라 네 잠반제자를 조시바 나지 양답이 보아라야 사지 조지도 배쳤으나 잡에 니바 양답이 보아라야 조레스 하더 조레스 너무 양답이 보아 미바 쇼스나 양답이 보아스나 양답이 보아데 아니 양답이 보아데 손라비질라 요아레 요라비질라 요 통라비질라 요아레 군라비질라 요드로다 요드로와
Solang
통랑 줄랑 통랑 군랑
Kanga.
요로와 물론다 테멜 요나고 말어 티젠 베지 아요요서 말어
The Yanjursunang, the Garishini Melulang Yoma.
양답이 보아스 양답이 보아 다 양답이 보아 양답 보아 다 가데 가르쳐 그래
Ponga Pongja. Chipa? Pongja?
조레스 양답이 보아 라로와
Lessa.
양답이 보아 라레 쿠미바드 쇼스나 네 먹어 제바 보아스 먹어 제바 보아 먹어 줘 제바드 보 마제바 마제바 쉐바드 워데 양답 보아 메바레스 먹어 다 먹어 가서 줘요 말이야 먹어 줘 제바드 보아 먹어 줘 마제바드 마제바 쉐바 니제 되네 네 먹어 제바 보아 마제바 마제바 쉐바스 거와 제바 베와스 거와 줄 제사바데야
Pure.
야 오늘 공도 배워 마제바 제바드제 마제바드 줄 제바시 오르스 제바제데 양다 봉아 메바레스 양다 봉아데게 먹어 제바 봉아라 메그레 마제바라 메그레 거와저 배워라 거와제바 배워라 메그레 거와 마제바 제와라 메그레스 워데제바데 양다 봉아 메바레스 조지 미시가 줄라 메바데스 조디 메바로 테나지 데제부데 양다 봉아 메바 양다 봉아 메바레스 메바제베제 워데 갈레 주갈레
Drupa Dradun Yude. Tambo Mipa. Okay. Nipa la. Okay. The Tambo Mipa Yude. Mipa Gewa Jepa. Okay. Okay. The Dixon.
제바 봉아
Okay.
마제바
Rasa.
마제바 거와 제바 배와 마제바 제바 지부데 양다 봉아 메바레스
Mipa Je.
텔라메네 지부들 미고아레스
Jepa Yube Che.
Yeah.
Okay. Nipa Ngo.
제바도
Okay. Then Tambo Rinpoche. The
먹어 제바 봉아스 먹어 텐난 버주 말베
Migewa Jepa Ponwa. The Migewa Ju Ponwa.
텐난 버주
Lessa.
제바 봉아 마제바 마제바 제바 니로와 거와 제바 배와 네 거와죠 제바 야 배와 마제바 제바 제바 지부데 양다 봉아 메바레스
Dene the lang kanga de yure yene melulan chikshena teme yomare.
다 상제의 줄라 녀모제바 봉와 녀모제바 봉와 마제바 마제바 제바 what 강가 아유메 다지도 와.
Okay. All right. So now we move on to the 4 perfect abandonments. So these are pathways. They're actually pathways of which are abandoning. The 4 perfect abandonments are, as if you said, posit the object of observation. So when we look at the categories again, we have object of observation, we have nature, we have accompanier, we have explanation of meditation, reason for meditation, and meaning of the words or sounds. That first category of object of observation, we find that there are 4 categories. The 4 categories are perfect abandonment, non-generation, increase, and generation, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. So the first category of perfect abandonment is referring to the actual abandonment of when the 10 non-virtues are generated, abandoning them. And the second category is non-generation, even when they haven't been generated, abandoning them, the 10 non-virtues and so forth. So this is an explanation of perfect abandonment, first category, and then second, non-generation. Increase is increase of virtue, and then jipa dondagare rinpoche. Mipa jipa. Mipa jipa.
Gawa majiba chibas. Jiba 들어와.
Jipa.
magawa jiba pong, majiba jiba nije, gawa jiba pewa, majiba jiba.
Yeah, this.
Digitro. Digit yanda pong mi ba.
Jepa.
Digit yanda pong yu mi ba res. Mi ba digit be je water. Yanda pong yu digit la mi res.
That's good. The kali da go.
Kali.
Jepa pewa. Ma jepa dang je yube chair. Ma jepa. The donagare. Ma jepa donagare rinpoche. Ma jepa.
다 녀모바 제 차바도 저거 애들도 보아야지. 마지 제바 보아스. 제바 보 먹어 줘. 제바 보아. 제 차바도 녀부대는 보고 그래서 보아. 먹어. 마제바도 마제바 시고서. 먹어 제송 줄래. 놓고 동아용 거로. 마제바도 마제바 시고서. 녀모줄 마제 터지지 그래서. 근데 거와제바데 야베 그래서. 거와제바 야베 그래서.
맞아.
네.
This help will do.
마제바 제바시 그래서. 거와사도 줄 마제바도 걸로 안 사도 집에 터지지 그래서. 샤주 산로정제야. 동네를 자야. 어떤 전도 거와사도 마제바 좀 그러다. 제사순 야베야. 어떤 수송된 사람아.
That's so. So we find the generation, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. So when there is generation, there are these 4 aspects of perfect. There are 4, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. So this is just the 4th category, a summary. So I just want to make sure I include everything Rinpoche said. So when one is practicing bodhicitta, and meditating on emptiness and so forth, there is an increase in that virtue. Then the piwa, garishene piwa, the jawa gare piwa.
제바 비와서나 제바 거와 줄 제사소나 거와 고야 또 쳤다 그러다. 수 쳤다. 고야 셰쳤다 그러. 제바대 비와서 돈이 거와 주중지 마도면나 거와 치면서 그러세요. 거와 수 쳐보.
Okay, so if you have this, so again, this is always an analysis of the lack of true establishment. So if you have this with regards to your practice, then it will increase the virtue. So that's what the reason for increase is. I asked Rinpoche what the reason for the increase of virtue is, and Rinpoche said that if you have this quality, then it increases the virtue you're engaging in. And the quality here is the observation that we're talking about, which is the wisdoms. related to these 37 things. So what Rinpoche said is there's a large debate. He said that we find that these abandonments and all of these on the pathways, and Rinpoche said the path of accumulation, the path of preparation, the path of seeing, and the path of meditation. Now, whether or not no more learning is debatable, and also that and specifically in terms of the Hinayanist, it's debatable if that no more learning applies. So it's debatable. That's all Rinpoche said. And 10 non-virtues. I want to read this. Okay. So after that, so meaning after the 4 close placements of mindfulness, joyous effort towards engaging brings a path which comes from exertion, non-virtue, and virtue, generated and non-generated, are respectively the joyous effort which causes perfect abandonment, non-generation, increase, and generation, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. Okay. Ngay Tsampa Kanga Lapsung.
다 거와도 먹을 자로 다 덴바실 자네 잡아 자무도 동에다 보군요 덴바 동에다 보군요 덴바 제바 네 제바 봉스 제바 봉 마제바 마제바 쉐바 안내 고된다 라데데 네 마제바 줄리 제바 배워스 어떤 답은 잡아 자에서
So it's very similar. You can look at the Four Noble Truths, for instance. You would have perfect abandonments generated and non-generated of the Four Noble Truths. You have the truth of suffering, the truth of origin, the truth of cessation, and the truth of path. So you would have, as the truth of suffering and origin arise or don't arise, you have abandonments. And then when you're practicing the truth of cessation, when you look at truth of cessation and truth of path, you have increase. So if you're aiming at going toward nirvana or cessation in relation to the Four Noble Truths, and specifically the last 2, path and cessation, then this aspect increases that virtue. So having this understanding that is inferred within this increases that virtue. So you can really, Rinpoche said, take any among the virtues or practices and then apply them to this, and it would come out the same way when you apply other topics. Rinpoche is saying application of other topics. Rinpoche, the Demba Je, the Mipa Jepa, the Jawagare, Mipa Jepa nga the Selpo Yomari, Kongel Mepachi.
Debani Bonjaro.
Listen.
The Debatu Kunyu Debani Cheba Bon, Majiba Shivas, Drabajando. Tango Denta Landeni de and Cheba de Landela Majadu Yomaro, Tubajan Jigroa. The Landema Cheba, Sadu Cheba Shiva, Cheba Pewas, Puajajuro. Go then Cheba Jayamade, Godema Tuba. Tuba de Agona Mobayuro. What does the Dabaja Mendoza?
Jipa, generation, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. The Jipa, the nga the Selpo Yomari. Ngay Sampa ngay data lason. Yine Tetsum, Gangin Sina the Jipa. Tambo Nipa Sumba Selpodu. Mipa.
Godella then Duganda to Kunju de Bonjaro. Duganda to Kunju de Bonjaro.
Less so.
And Majiba Cheba Pons.
Less so. This Seldu. Less so.
Majiba Shiba Jadu Nije.
Less so.
And then Godella Laden Goden Cheba Shayamaro. Laden Majiba Cheba Shiba. Cheba Pewas Jadua. Tango then le Cheba Jayamade, Godema Tuba Shiba, Tuba Pewas. What in the President Abu Marbet?
So the fourth category, which I just told Rinpoche, I said I'm really myself not clear on. I believe I've literally translated, but I have some doubts around my translation because I don't understand it as well as I should. Rinpoche used the idea that the Four Noble Truths have within it both things that you would want to generate and generate more of if you weren't generating them, and things that you would want to abandon, such as the first two Noble Truths are things that wish to abandon. And then the third and fourth Noble Truths are those which you wish to obtain or engage in. So within those Four Noble Truths that are generated, you have different aspects of perfect abandonment. You have the things which you were to abandon, and then those things which you are to adopt, and the things that are adopted increase as in terms of virtue and understanding. So that's it. That's everything Rinpoche said. So decent. So there are four objects of observation. Those four objects of observation are the ones just spoken of.
And then Chinese shows now the leon. Yeba. Ponya la landuru shebi, tu tundu su chebi, laju ji chembashi la jube jere. Ponya la landu shebi, ponja le, and ponja mgo jut ponja je, te papon, and the goa jut se nyansulang, but landur shebi, and tu tundu su shebi, tu tundu gabo, tu tundu su shebi, laju chembashi. Laju chembashi la yata pupon jagres. Ponya la landu shibi, tu tundu shibi laju chembashi la jubese. Wate yata pupon tenyi tijan jigres. Yata pupon la tundu yimi chakna kado tundu. Tunkang gila zhuwa wos. Tundu sekente giyi shawa la zhubu yoken, gabu yoken ke senruji la tundu sidamarbe. Giyi shawa la gabu yoken ke senruji la tundu. Ponya la landu sheba la tu tundu shebe, lanshu chembashi la, ne yanta pon jagu res, yanta pon chenyi shos, wateri ta, de se ur, bechen, chenyi de jagu, dabne shwe,
Then Yimbi Chop, Yanja Surinang, Gari, the
yanta
Pongja,
pon yana tundu yimi chas, tundu.
the Pong.
Ponya la landu shebe se, ponja de pa pon, Lanja tse nyansu lambi, landu shebi, landu sheba la gabi yuebi, tundu shila, tundu shebi lanju chenpa shila, yanda pi pongwa sakres, lanju chenpa shila yubi shesres, watibati renduwa. Kunti li ngon kanshi na tundu sos, yanda pi pongwa ngon shos na tundu shagures, lupin papa tume, kunti li.
That's so.
Kunli tuli ngon kanshe na, yang tabi pongwe ngon kanshe na, tundu so, she song beye jizde, je dans, tundu so.
Lesso. So the second category is the definition or nature. So we would say the nature is joyous effort, Panjan Yen, Panyan La Landor. Yes, so that's a similar. Joyous effort towards engaging brings a path which comes from exertion, non-virtue, and virtue, generated and non-generated, are respectively the joyous effort. Oh, I'm sorry, that generated and non-generated, period. So that's the definition in Panchen Sunandrapa's general meaning of perfection. Ponyan la long door.
Yata pongwa chenyi tere duwa. Ponyan la landu shebi, tu tundus. Ponyan de pa pong, gawa tse nyansun laya le, ne, zhuwa sena gabu marwe. Ponyan landu sheba la, ponyan pong, ne, lanja tse nyansun lamba la, gabu yebi, tundus yebi, lanchi la, ne, yada pongwa sekres.
So the qualifying factor really in this is that it's joyous effort. So if it's a perfect abandonment, it's necessarily joyous effort. This is necessarily joyous effort. When we say perfect abandonment, a pathway which is a perfect abandonment, this is necessarily joyous effort. So joyous effort is a qualifying factor for this, and it's really joyous effort towards engaging the generated and non-generated abandonments. I have just as a note, I have a separate commentary here by Haribhadra, which is very similar. So I'm using it to help me dissect some of this. So I sometimes have to go back and qualify it because there are some things that are not within the definition in Panchen Sonodropas that are in the other. So that's why it's taking me a moment to go back and forth and analyze it. Diksun.
yāntā pī pōngyō cīñjī shōgā nā wā tēchā guwa rā. Pōngyō lā lāngdō shibī chūyī tūndō sūbī lāngshō chēmbā tē, yāntā pōngyō cīñjī yīs jōbī shidē. Sūyō sōngu dō sī nā, kūntū lē, lōpa pāpa tūmē shū kūntū lē, sādā ngā dō nāñi kūntū tōng dō wā. Kūntū lē, ngō kāngshē nā, tūndō sō jē dāns, ngō kāngshē nā tūndō sō jē dāns, yāntā pōngyō yī nā tūndō yī chās. So
if it is a perfect pathway, which is a perfect abandonment, then it is necessarily joyous effort. And where do we find this point made, where joyous effort is qualification within this abandonment, and that if it is that, it is that? We would find it in Asanga's text. So when we look at the breakdown of Asanga's different texts, we'll see that we can divide them into two separate categories. We have the treatises on the levels, which are there five: the level of yogic deeds, compendium of ascertainments, the compendium of bases, compendium of enumerations, and the compendium of explanations. And then the two compendiums, the compendium of knowledge and the compendium on the Mahayana. So specifically, this text is the compendium of knowledge, the Gundu lay by Master Asanga, which within those 7 books, it's under those 2 compendiums. Digsung Rinpoche. But Papa Tome Becha the Lesso.
Papa Tome. Gundu le ngō kāngshē na zundu so jē dāns. Yāndā pōngā yin zundu yim chāws. Zundu yā gu rēs. Zundu kāng gīla zhuwa gu zundu sēng gī shawā la zhu yu shē lē jīn shē sēn shū shē la zundu sēg rēs. Zundu kāng gīla zhuwa gu zundu so jē dāns.
So we find in Asanga's Compendium of Knowledge where it says that the nature of all of this is joyous perseverance. Yes, it is joyous perseverance. And then it says Zule from the Abhidharma. Dene?
Tatana zundu so jē dāns. 단조로도 아브다몽거샤
Lesso.
저래 전도 양다 조지 샤스 양다 보고도 전도를 자고레스 저래 전도 양다 조지 샤스
Jujesha? Jujesha?
양다 보고도 전도 자고레스 전도 저래 전도 양다 조지 샤스 전도 양다 보고도 전도 자고레스 전도 양다 조지 샤 전도 자고 전도 양다 봐 전도 난데 야가질 소죠 양다 조지샤
Lesso.
제소사.
So then we have a quote, also a supporting quote from Basu Bandhu's Abhidharma Kosha, where it says that where there is this Zule, Tsunju, there is where there is this perfect abandonment, there is necessarily joyous perseverance. So we find this in the Vasubandhu's Abhidharma Kosha. This is all from, by the way, Panchen Sonandrapa's General Meaning of Perfection, where we're, and specifically Kapshipa, the fourth chapter.
다 그들을 뭐 가시나 전주소 제당 저래 전주양다 주지샤 제송사 다 듣는래 네 전주 뭐 가시나 전주소 제당에서 샤님시에서 제당에서
Yanjusurana?
뭐 전주소 제당스 짠는 제사 제례도와 짠는 제사 제례당 샤는 제사시 셰당서 그래 드니까래
The Kabiyare Rinpoche.
다 보자 무시된다 시된
Kabiyare Shesung Sumba Drew Yudek Gama.
뭐 가시나 전주소 제당 늘 전쟁다 주지사
Okay, Ngo Ganche Na Zunjutsu.
전주소 제당에 샤는 제사시 셰당래
Okay, Chedang.
제당에 제스 된도와 오늘 전에 셰레 제자는 이거 말했어. 어때 도와도다.
Ale.
대송다니가 로통 여행 그딴 때문이나 호텔 때 도와도다.
Ale She Cha.
전주소 셰당서 거긴 잡도.
Lesso.
제당송도와 호텔에 제마 호텔 도와진도다 가리나.
So there's Rinpoche is saying he has a doubt. And it's specifically in the Parshin Shitun in the Tibetan, where it says Shetang, and the spelling on it. Rinpoche said all of the spelling on tape for any of those who are following along that are scholars in the Tibetan. So there's no need for me to emphasize anything further because it wasn't anything for anyone other than those following in the Tibetan that see in the Parshin Shitun this specific word that is spelled differently than it normally would be. So it's for that reason Rinpoche said in the future someone will have to look at this and see what they think.
타면나라 샤다시 주소스 대주글 타요 말어. 타면나라 샤다 셰자고 그래서 어때 이나면나 어때 도죄래 도죄 제당스 저를 전에다 주지 제송소스
So
나룰 때 마다 용시 그래.
so there could be, it might be something I'm not catching either. So it's on there, it's on the tape. So there's within the Tibetan, the way that it's written. I just tried to quickly look it up in a dictionary to see if there's some alternative explanation that would link it, and there's not. So we'll leave it at that. It's all on tape. So there's an issue with this Chedang. So we have the definition by Master Asanga, and then the breaking, what breaks up that and the Abhidharma quote is, that's it. Okay.
어다 미바당 원이 신송아 미바당 원이지 다 송바 졸해 말아 송바 송바 양다 봉이 조쇼스나 다다도 송바 덴베 산산주나 예비 세대 근뒤래 주강세나 다다도 송바 덴베 산던 산리종 나소 셰송스 어데 송바 조유데 양다 봉이 조쇼스나 코르 송바 덴베 초와던 뒤시던 산던 산중도서 대 졸려고 그래서 다다던 송바 덴베 산산주나 대 조인비 세대 수송도서나 근뒤래 주강세나 다다 송바 덴베 산던 산리종 나소 셰송스 양다 봉아 송바 덴베 조도 산산중도서 대 조인라 그러다 양다 봉아 셰바로와 코도 송바 덴베 산산중도서 양다 봉이 조레스 조인데 단주 초된 임베에서 초된 남방가 좀 임베에서 어디 주선 대인지로다
So then, Sirna,
메게 나바시와 대고도 소환이 초된로와 주로 손에 나방가 좀 배시래 매바 총바 뒤 총바 댄 총바 어디는 가자요로
Ale,
나다베 봉화도 총바데 센센도 주걸로 손에 나방가 손이지로 인상 주레스
so here, now we move on. We've gone through the object of observation, and then the next, which was nature, and then the next category is going to be accompanier. So the accompanier here is referring to the mind and the mental factors, all which are the basis. The reason for this is because these perfect abandonments are consciousness, they're pathways. So because they are consciousness, there is necessarily these mental accompanier, mind and mental factors present, because if there's a mind, there's a mental factor, and mental factor, there's a mind. They accompany the mind at all times. When we, for instance, have some sort of feeling related to some object of seeing, that would be one of the omnipresent mental factors. So there would be these six. There would be six because of the six consciousness. Okay, ngay tsampa digson.
다 주, 좀바 주여대 양다 봉화도 좀바 된비 센센루나 양다베 봉화 주레스 수송도스나 근뒤래 바바토메 주 강시나 대다도 양다베 봉화다 좀바 된비 센다 살리 좀 나서 셰송 선대 셰도아 다마된데 다고 연구거래 셰송 다마들 근뒤래 뭐 전도서 제당선도제 또 오만나지 송고 견다고 이러대 다마도 마다라고 해도
가리.
근딜이 뭐 가시는 전도서 제당으로 와 오들라 초마되면 산다 살이 좀 나서 셰송도 와 되니 오만 다버리 비제 오만 다 다마들 셰당 자고 견다고 베마다 인사.
So here where it says that the accompanying mind and mental factors are necessarily accompanying. So this is what the third category, dru, which means accompanier, is referring to. And we find that also presented in the Asanga's Compendium of Knowledge. So this is where this point comes from. Let me just make sure I got all of it. So, and that, and Gondule. Okay. And then also we have this She again. We have the correction here of the She Sung. It's back to it's different. So Rinpoche is saying, if you look at and compare, you have to be reading the Tibetan. So if you look at the Tibetan, it says when it says Shesung Beicher, that means they stated this. So if you say in the Abhidharma, and then it says blah blah blah, X X at Y. And then it says Shesung Beicher. So it means that this is what they said. This is what he or she said. So if you look at how it is written before, where it breaks up the Abhidharma and the Compendium of Knowledge, they use a different She. And it looks like it could be a mistake because of the fact that usually it would be this She, which refers to it has been stated. It can be translated a lot of ways, but this is what they say. This is how it's stated. It has been stated. A lot of times it doesn't get translated because it seems redundant in the English, because it's already said in the Abhidharma Kosha. It says, so the Shesung Beicher just gets included in the it says, where in the Tibetan it's different. It's like two separate points for some reason, where it'll say, in this specific book, and then it'll say a quote, and then it'll say, it has been said. And it's written in honorific terms, so it said by someone important is inferred within it. So anyway, so that's all Rinpoche is talking about. It's in the Parshin Shitun, and it's words, 2 separate words, and any of those following along will see it as clear as day if you have the Parshin Shitun in Tibetan in front of you. Digsung.
Somba tru somba dembe yanda ponga da somba dembe sensen ju tu yanda ponga tru res sensen ju na yembi shede su song na kundu le papa tu meji tru ga she na da somba dembe sensen sen le ju na so os yanda ponga da somba dembe sensen ju tu ga lo yanda be ponga tru res she song de she song do she song do ta ma de lo de 제 danse 제 danse go gen da bode de dama de ma da ban do
Jepa gonsu yude
da jeba gon ya da bon gonsu ro da ya da bon gonsu yude da ya da bon ga des gon go res na an gon bi sun den res.
Okay, the Kali Kali Laurlangang is in the Injike Yomari Rinpoche. Kanga Zugu, the Kali Kali Laurlang, Jipa Gonsu Yude,
yanda be bon gonsu yude
Gunjung,
Gunjang nyomo ba Gunjang ge chula landu sheba la Gunjang ge chula landu sheba la tambo dunba jene gon sa Gunjang ge landu sheba la gun nyomo shu ne nyomo bon gawate nyasu lamba la landu she se marba nyomo bon magawa bon gawate nyasu lamba la landu she bas kunjang ka landu she bala tambo ne ndumba je gur sendu ndumba je ne gonsa tambo ndumba debi ngobon dondnya was tambo ko denye de mena ni ho maruda tambo de yada gawaju nyasula magju pon bala den demba gogur demba denye gogures demba jene gonsa demba sen debi ngobola dondnya was demba sekene 소소는 대비 뭐뭐 되는 와들다 demba jagures
Dumba Gupa, drop away.
Dumba.
It's on low, nga de gu.
Dumba sene ote ne mago chupon goje nyosan lambala ane gabo yoro gabo. Dumba. Tanto nyewa. Mago chupon goje ne nyosan lambala Don't you can do it? Dumba. Dumba Jina goes the Tom Dumba Jina waters. Go out your pon, go out your Yasulan, Magajo Pumbala, and then Gabi and Dumba Gogres, Tombo, Dumba Jina Gumbas.
Okay, so when we look at what the meditation on this, first we would say that it is engaging in abandonment of those afflicted phenomena, abandoning the afflicted phenomena, and taking on and practicing that which is positive with the generated joy in it. So it's taking joy in abandoning the afflicted phenomena and taking on that which is virtuous. So it's having joy. So this is the first meditation. It says Gonsu Tambo Dang. So abandoning. Yeah, so
고주 담보 단스 되바 제사수나 되바를 베바 니바레스 되바들 말라바제네 야자 워고 시체 당아레스 되바를 베바 니바스
The Dumba Chewa Gangisena Ngama the Dumba Yure. Dumbi Dumba Jeb
gowa nyauso bal gabu
Leso.
되바제 니바들 고 되바데 시체 당아들
Leso.
되바를 베바스
Okay.
시체 당바 되바를
The
베바
Pugo Chun Chun Dandra Larona Gangisena de Kalikabudunga. So then this first one, there's joy in this abandonment. So there's joy in the abandonment and the taking on of the virtuous activities. And this next part, it says second, so it's done in an order. The joy increases. So you're liking it, literally, increases. So the word joy isn't maybe the most literal. Liking it is you like it, and the fact that you like it increases. So you like abandoning negativity and taking on virtue, and then now you like it more. That's the most literal way. I know it sounds very sophomoric, but decent.
다 이거 전부 좋아. 나사 중수나 팬되니 지금 말하면 나사 중수나 팬되니 지금으로 팬되니 지버든 되발라고 말해. 안도 어디 팬되니 지네 되는 니바들고 팬데 라바니와 그때는 매전 시치고지고 배바스 어떤다고 말해.
The Tambo, the Anjergu, the May.
나수나
Na.
안에 나사가 팽거해서
Leso.
팬되니 지금으로 되바 용거로.
Jumbo Then
팬되니 지네 갈리저나마도 팬라바니 용 말어. 너 시치를 갈리저고로 팬খন 가봐요 따고 그러다 된다고 말해.
Ale.
되발라
Okay, so
배바스.
when we look at this word dumba in English, I'll look it up in a minute. This liking, it would be similar to if you have a disease, and then you start hearing that there is this medicine that will cure it. So then you start to like this idea. And then when you start to go out to get it and find more about it, you like it more. So this liking increases as you progress in this abandoning activity. So it's just this increase that takes place of liking. Diksun.
What 담보데 어디 가서 그래.
Where are we?
녀모 뭐 그와 녀서 발라. 네 녀바드 제고 그래서 공수 동버에서 봐.
Leso.
녀모 보나 가브레. 네 그와 녀서는 야브레스. 녀모 봉이나 안에 어디 동해 본으로 된다. 되네 그와 녀서는 게이나 안술 도와 용거 보다. 어디 산다는 네 녀모 봉 그와 녀서 가부 용거. 가부들 되바 말면 되바. 되바 되빈 거는 더더니 와스.
So as you think about this more and more, and you realize that by engaging in abandonment, you will have happiness, you will get rid of suffering rather, and by engaging in virtue, you will take on happiness. As you familiarize yourself with this more and more, you will then start to like it more and more. So this is just a direct result of thinking about it over and over again, or familiar. This word familiarization is more literal than meditation, and for this reason. It's through this increased familiarization that one then begins to have this liking and then liking it more. So this is kind of the order in the Parshin Shittan that says takes place. Shokyu.
야다베 봉 공주데 네 그냥 그치라 란데
Wish.
란데 제발라 tambu dünbin döba jine gong tambu je dünbin döba jine gong tambu je döba de abu jong na tene gong de gong chu tambu je tene döba lambe go döba kale ja go res be ba ni ba je ta be bi go ne zhondu tamba sumba res yanda gong zhondu ro ta zhondu tang go res zhondu tang sumba tang zhondu tang be
baby gune digare baby
baby go ne zhondu tang go
beba
beba san kale jo ne
kali kapo
zhondu tang go res kale kapo sa ma ta kale jo ne yana san tang ne san tang go ta
persistence
yana san tang bala beba sa beba yana san tang ba yana beba baby go ne zhondu tang go res zhondu tang ba sumba tang.
So this next category is that this repetition this repetition then creates joyous effort, or from this repetition then joyous effort or joyous perseverance arises. So the key to this third part of the meditation is that the joyous perseverance, arisal of it. There's a word in here that I'm not sure of. I'd love to look up Bepa. I've not seen it before. Oh, here it would be. Bepa. Gate Sampa Digson Yomari Bepa Yomari Yine Digson Gate Sampa Yapo Lapson
Zhondu zambe shenyu angis ne
No Bepa
me ba masi nas zhondu zambe ne yada be bongwa gong zhondu zambe yada be bongwa gong me ba se ge mudu na ane sele masi wa dala joni yo mare shenwa do goba ni yo was shenwa do goba ni shenwa se na nga zu lan je gong la gong ba yin na lan je gong ne ane sen sebu me ba de marbe sebu me ba shenwa
Mi ba jenda salada.
shenwa se shenwa me ba jenda san tu goba ro
Oh, Gupa, okay, Gupa.
Gupa ro.
Okay. Gupa. Shinwa Gupa, Shinwa.
yada bongwa me ba yin na dal hal me ba yin na la gong ba yin na ane wa de la gong de yin ba la sebu me ba jo marbe
Not clear.
me se wa je ba de
Masiwa.
shenwa
Tu chena.
la gong ba yin ba la sebu me na shenwa de le ngor shenwa sebu me na shenwa le ngor
Leso.
na goba shong na me ba de ma de ba shulu shong do
Tu chena.
shenwa to goba so de ka de college ni ngor se da
Then the Sumba Jawa.
somba de wa de gongsu de la
The Gonsu, the Tambo Nipa.
de ba je ne gongba tambo je ne de ba la be ba ni ba je
Baby. Sumba.
bebe go ne zhondu zang ba somba je
Leso.
zhondu zang be shin yu wang ge ne me ba ma se na tang ju ye ji zin de ne gongba je ba je ne go bi wang ge yin wang ju na jo ju ye je sen ro do ju ba she ba gong ju nga ba yin bi she res wo de nga do nga
Vale.
gong ju de
Then
nga do wa
Jipa. The
de bi de ba je ne gong ba tang bu je
Leso.
de ba la be ba ni ba je
Leso.
ben zhondu zang ba song ba je zhondu zang bi shin yu wang ge me ba ma si na
The
tang ju ye ji zin de ba je ba je
Jipa Shiwandan Gupa. The Jipa and
zhondu
Ngapa.
zang be ne yang da be bong gong du sen se bi yong gu du na xin wang le yong du na
Leso.
ne sen zin de ne gong ba sa zo jin gong guo de
Leso.
je ba je
Leso.
gobi onge
clear.
and say mebal motivation tundugoda. Gobi onge
Ale.
iwan juna, Xinhuang de goba.
Less so.
Iwan juna,
Jipangapa.
Juanju, Mataba the Tendasantane, Senle, and you can somebody Tashi Gures,
Less so.
Juanji, Yiji, Sen Ratu Juvasheba, Gonju Napa in Bisheres,
Okay, touche.
other one Gonju Nando,
Okay, so
Kale.
then we're going to have 5 categories. So that was the third. Now the fourth category is that the arisal of laxity is abandoned. When we see, and then the next is the arisal of excitement is abandoned. So in meditation, there are 2 main obstacles, excitement and dullness or laxity. It's translated all over the place differently. So dullness, laxity. So the meaning of it is that dullness is the first one in number 4. That is when the object of observation becomes unclear, and that's within the text as well. That this lack of clarity is abandoned. So, just as a note, as meditation moves forward, there becomes more and more subtle abandonments. So this lack of clarity, that is dullness, or that is dullness, then is abandoned. And then the next is excitement. Excitement refers to when the object of observation that you're trying to observe changes. So for instance, if you're meditating on impermanence or renunciation, you think about impermanence. It's this distracted mind that moves from object to object that is excitement, the inability to remain on the object. So these are the 2 obstacles. So it goes over these points of the joy, and then the increase of joy, and then I forgot what number 3 was. I apologize. I've got so many words in front of me. BP. Then the effort. Then the effort towards the 2, abandoning dullness and excitement. So these are the 5 points that are made related to explanation of meditation in the Parshin Shitton Rinpoche Chitsu Judang Karma
Okay,
Dun. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. I looked at, you can turn it off. I looked up the word for like, as ready as I can be. Okay.
Tasumba Yantape Puma Gonsu del Ngando. Yadabe Puma Gonsu de and Magawa Jiba Puma, Majiba Majiba, Goa Jiba Piwa, Majiba Jiba Shibas, what the Zule Kasure. Tambo Chula Lando Shibi, Dumbaji Wurs, Dumbaji and Gungurs, Dumbas until Goa Jiba Poya, Magawa Jiba Poya, Goa Jiba Julcia, and Tele Gabuzo Gurus, and Gabuzo Gurus, Gabuman Lojan Jamaroda.
Right.
Magawa Jiba Pon, Goa Jiba Tel Gabuyana, and the Gabu Yungro. Gabu Yunguna, Dumba Yungres, Tomba Dumba Jena Gons, Dumba Ted Goa Magawa Jiba Pon. Goa Jiba Nyasun Layage, Dumba Yungre, Gabu Yungres, Dumba Jesasuna, Gonsu Tambutans,
Less so.
then Dumba Lambeba Nibas, Dumba the Jiba Tanji, and then Yontua Yomare, Dumba the Kalija, and then Beba Chibiche Wures, Dumba Lambeba Nibaje,
Bepa, the Rama song, you know.
Bebas and Tundu Tomba, Kalija, and then also, and then Nasa Shonsuna Mel Gabajero,
Less so.
Mel Begro, Mel Tony Jegro,
Maybe.
Mel Tony Yubatanji Mel Umaro, and the Mekon Kabayuna, and the Tabalchin, the Mekabaraguena, and the Kalija Bebas.
Okay. Wanting. So we have, so far, when we go back to the explanation of meditation, we have 5 different categories that are given. So explanation of meditation first is where you begin to practice abandoning what is to be abandoned and practicing or taking on what you're supposed to practice, and a liking for it starts to occur. You start to like it, because if you don't like it, you won't go further. You won't study. If you don't like the material, you won't study the material. A motivation starts to take place here because you start to like it. You have a liking for it. And then next, it says that more, as a result of doing this, that you then have more of a liking for it. Hold on, let me just make sure.
Dubalan beba ni baje. Ne bonja bon gwa nyausu ne gabu shonsu na.
Okay,
Duba
teach
le
them.
mar ben
There's
duba.
like Yapo
Duba
Lobsang.
je ne gon
Then
tambu je.
Sumba? Sumba, so
Duba
then...
de dubalan bebas.
La-
Gata gabu yo ba ja sha na tan ko yonga yo maro. Kale jan gon go res.
Less so.
Dubalan beba ni baje.
So then...
Dubalan be ne tundu zang go res. Tundu somba je.
So now, as a result of this liking that has increased in the second stage, and Rinpoche gave the example again of what this word for liking, and then this word for, there's another word that's in here, and it all is wanting, liking. You have this desire for it, and not in a negative sense, though, when I use this word desire. So you have first this liking that is acquired, and then it increases, and then from that, you liking it, you have joyous effort that takes place. And this is the third category, is the joyous effort. And then 4, jipa.
Tatene chundu zang be shiyu wang ge, chundu zang ne yang da be buang gong yong du, ane chundu zang yang da be buang gong yong du, ane xinwang do goba yong go res, xinwang do
Less
goba.
so.
Xinwang de le song na, ane sen zin do ne gong go res.
Less so.
ane xinwang zhuo wan ju yi ji jes, chao ma ta ba la so de san dang ne, sen ba shong de ya de, ya sebu ru go res.
Less so.
zhuo wan ju yi ji, chao ma ta ba to kuyu do nge, ten san dang na, ngan ju san ba san dang na, ku sen de ya de dang yong go ji da. zhuo wan ju yi ji, sen zin do ne gong ba, shi ba res da. xinwang le so na, sen zhuo wan ju yi ji, chao ma ta ba ten san dang na, ane sen ko gobe de ma shin ru go ji da. Sen chong ba cha go ji ba.
Ale, the Shiwan Lena, Metapa Sanlo, Ale.
Ma ta ba san dang
The
na,
Niepo?
xinwang so da ni ke de han da sen yo won ji wo de ro.
No.
xinwang le go ji ba.
Less so.
Ma ta ba ten san dang ba yin na ko nyo bu de sang go ji ba.
Ale, the Niepo. Tuche.
Gong ba de ji ba de se.
Less so.
Ta de ne wa de go ba de le so na, go ba de wa de yang da be wang gong ba la, lo de yang da be wang ma de ba ji ne ya sen san de jen da lu cho de ge de le go ba ma be. Go ba. Go bi wang ge yin wang jue na as. zhuo wan ju yi ji, zhuo wan ju yi ji, sen ra du ju ba zhuo wan ju yi ji. zhuo wan ju yi ji wa de chao ma da ba zun ra ba yi ji da. zhuo wan ju yi ji, sen ra du ju ba shi ba gong su nga ba yin be shi se.
Then a Niepo Gare, the Ngama the Mitapa. So,
Ma da ba ten gong ro wa. Ta go bi wang ge, sen de san dang sa gu ma de ba ji san ma mu ko du nu da.
less so.
ane wa de zhuo wan ju yi ji ne, chao ma da ba na ten san dang na, sen ku yang, sen ma chu de ya de nga nu go ji ro.
Okay. Nika Cheo Mitapa Sanlodang.
Dama dangwan ju yi ji ro wa. Dangwan ju yi ji, sentient 되는 거 봐. 생담부 차야. 시원도 마시버로다.
Leso.
야 담부 차게 원래 어디 자통하다 어디는 뭐 다시 뭐지야.
Dawata.
잔도 탄소나 그 생용도 예상용으로.
Okay, leso.
다월다 어딘데.
Leso.
또 이제
Tu Chenrezig Rinpoche, Gongame Pichig. So then the next part is that one begins to abandon the lack of clarity that arises from laxity or dullness. And this becomes the abandonment through this familiarization. One becomes clearer and clearer and begins to abandon more subtle things. And then this becomes an object of abandonment, this lack of clarity. And one way it's said that you can defeat this, and it talks about it in both cases of excitement and dullness, this meditation on impermanence to bring things back. But if we look specifically at each of them, dullness or laxity and excitement, there are specific things that are said to help with those specific downfalls in meditation. So for instance, if when you're meditating and you have a lack of clarity, it's almost like a sleepiness, then this is what's called laxity or dullness, this sleepiness related to it. And it's said that you could drink some tea at that point, get up, move around, you could drink some tea. There's other texts that say, look at the moon. So there are all these advices that give you when you have this sleepiness or this heaviness. It's translated as heaviness sometimes, but when you have this dullness, sleepiness, lethargy. Just as a translator's note, those words, because there's all these different words, but there are different stages within it as well. So it can be very confusing when you try to look at it in a detailed way, because lethargy and dullness, these words, when we get detailed, need to mean different things, subtly different things. I'll come up with one word that I'll always use for it now that I'm thinking about it. But be aware that you'll see dullness and lethargy and sleepiness, heaviness, and they'll mean different stages among dullness or lethargy, whichever you want to use as the main heading. So I'm sorry about taking time, but it's important to know. And then when we move on to excitement, excitement is when your many objects of observation are coming up and you're just trying to concentrate on one. So another thing that you can do is meditate upon impermanence, meditate on something that's stabilizing, and then go back to the object of observation. These are ways that you can harness the meditation back. Rinpoche spent more time on dullness than on excitement. Then gupa yuna, then nyepo garre Rinpoche. Nyepo.
Gupa del wato do gupa. Gobi wang sen yin wang chuna se goba de sen sal mo ku ne. Me ba san tang jil ma de ba ina.
Leso.
Ju wan ju san tang wo chao mo da ban da. De san tang na ne sen mo chu de de ja ne res. Ju wan ju yi ji sen ra du ju ba she ba. Gong ju do de nga ba res nga ba.
So if you have the mind straying in various different objects, harness it to one. Rinpoche was saying, such as impermanence and so forth. So to calm it. So just try to harness it to one. Get it to one. Diksong Rinpoche. And these are the 5 explanations of meditation. So where has this been stated? We find this stated in the sutra teachings. This will be easy. Oh boy. Okay, that's
and the Guachiba Piwa. Gua Majiba and Gua
jepa
마 제바
pewa.
제시도
Ah,
누바 제사
pewa, pewa. Ah,
제바 표로 양다 봉원도 먹어 제바 봉원 당부지 양다 봉원 되는 마제바 마제바 셰바스 마제바 마제바 셰바 그와 제바 빼와 네 마제바 마제 제시도 누바 제스 그와 마제바 제시도 돈이 고비시 돈이 두비셔 줄라 제야 나 용상 삼바 줄라 제야 휘지 줄라 제가 산단에 산로모 당고르 세이로다 그 그와사바 뭐 지용으로다
ale.
제바스 제제 되는 갈리저고는 베센 베네 베바 당보사 당버레무데 당보제 베 되는 베비군 쫀도 당고르스 네 센로든 쟁이 로든조 신용하게 인용하잖아 네 어디 담말 신화도 고반이 들려도 와
Okay, so that's Goroshe Kalikabudu. So where is this found? This is found in the sutra teachings. And what does it say? In the sutra teachings, it says, Majepa, so abandoning the non-virtue that has arisen, the Majepa,
마제바스
Biga, Majepa, that which has not arisen,
마제바도 본 요거 마제바제 오레스
making it not arise. That which is not arisen, making sure it doesn't arise. So this is what is to be taken on. So first it is abandoning the non-virtue that has arisen. Abandon the non-virtue that arises, and that which hasn't arisen, make sure it doesn't. Gewa jepa pewa. And the virtue that arises increases. Majepa jepa, and that which hasn't arisen arises. So that which hasn't generated generates. So, for instance, if you have mind that aspires to enlightenment, the wisdom realizing emptiness and so forth. So that's what that means. Rinpoche specifically said that has not arisen arises. And then it says in what relates to these specifically is that we have first a liking that takes place, and then a more hold on, wait a second. Gewa pepa, ma jepa jepa, dumba j. So then we have dumba j. Then we have a generation of liking, and a strengthening of liking, and then a joyous effort. Then the mind becomes clear and free of excitement, something to this degree. So we have the 5 and we have the 4 that are presented there within the sutra. That is what is meant by this. So we have the 4 perfect abandonments, the perfect abandonment, non-generation, increase, and generation, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. Now, that 4th category, where I've been translating it like that, generation, which are the 4 aspects of perfect abandonment. I'd like to go, I don't really have time, but I think it's more like that which is not generated generates. Yes, it is. It is. So I was using this as a cheat sheet before, and then I just translated it myself, and in looking at it, the 4th category should say what I translated as. So it should say, let me look at it all again. Abandonment of the Pewa, Majepa, Jepa. Okay, so that we're a good perfect abandonment. Tambo mipa yute, Migewa Jepa. Abandoning. Okay, so it's the 4 categories should be this. Well, let me just correct them. Anyone who's taking notes, when we go back to the 4 perfect abandonments, that's this main category. It should be Migewa abandoning the non-virtue that has arisen, that which is not arisen, make sure it doesn't arise, increase virtue, and that which hasn't arisen arise. So those are the four correct categories according to Panchen Sunandrapa's general meaning of perfection. I think that it was the only real difference is that fourth category, but I realized it when I was translating it in this next page that I wanted to clarify that. That samazusung gongga mepachik, and I indicate samazusung.
다 먹어 제바 뽕아서 디바 먹어 줘 태난 버주 말봐 태난 버주도 뽕발라 나 간데 구그레스 네 돈이 두고 두고 말레스
Lessa.
돈이 마도네 안네 신에다 고네 먹어 제바 뽕 두고 말레스 어때 먹어 제바 뽕이 예부터 간데 구그레스 어떤 칼레산다고 말봐.
So the first category, Megewa Jepa Poa, abandoning the non-virtue that has arisen. Then Yanja Surunang?
다 용게 샤바타 희지타 샤주 센도 고나 먹어 제바 뽕 두고 말레스 먹어 제바 뽕 아스 말베.
Ale. So if,
갈레갈레.
less so. So if one is trying to generate love and compassion and various wisdoms, then one needs to abandon the non-virtues. So this is the reason for this first abandonment of the non-virtues that have been generated. Then
샤주게 센다 니지 챵부터 공게이나 안에 먹어 제바 뽕 두고 말레스 주선까 샤수 모던 게메셔 셰드냐바 차주면스 샤마던 니지 챵부터 샤주 센도 그걸로 덴제 마리바도 메바질레면 제당고 말레스 대소도 덴제 마리바 예부로 두고 말레스 셰드냐바 차주면스 샤수 모던 게메셔 셰드냐바 차주면스 오늘 디니에부터 가르고서나 덴지게 냐부 데메도 비시로도 그래서 데메도 비시로 존소나 덴질려로다 덴질려소나 덴지게 데블 레던 요모벌 너도 그래 먹어올 너도 말이야.
so where it's,
kallesan다고도.
so if one needs to abandon mistaken conception, then it's not possible to use as an antidote something which will not get rid of it. One needs to use the wisdom realizing emptiness. Things such as love and compassion and so forth will not get at that grasping at true establishment. There needs to be a specific antidote applied to the specific non-virtue, and in this case, speaking of the misconception of reality.
What that 추도 대바 마루가 셰소나 대면 두소나 대바 멘텐데 임베세 텐딜라 텐네 대면 두소나 대딜는 말베 대딜 도소다 녀문도 말베 먹을는도다.
So once
먹어 집어도 본토도 와서 갈래갈래.
So the way that one is able to one is able to abandon the arisal of non-virtue is by seeing that all phenomena are not truly established. By seeing that all phenomena are not truly established because they dependently originate, one is able to get rid of the afflictions and so forth that are created. One is able to get rid of the grasping at true establishment that then creates the actions. So then one is able to abandon the non-virtue that has been generated by getting rid of that grasping at true establishment, by utilizing the perfect antidote, the correct antidote.
다 쉬르발 되는 거는 주주던 것이 돈을 나갈 벽은 되어로 쉬르발.
So non-Buddhists also have these concentration levels of magical emanation and clairvoyance, ngushe, zutru, and clairvoyance and so forth. But they aren't able to abandon the non-virtue that has been generated with that because it doesn't link. So those the magical levels and clairvoyances and so forth aren't able to serve as a direct antidote. Decent. There's no wisdom realizing emptiness. If there is no wisdom realizing emptiness, then you're not able to abandon the non-virtue that has been generated. The Tugumare, the Tetsum? Tugumare, the Garishin. Okay, Dopa. Okay, so the Dopa Yanja Suranang? Less so. Less so. Less so. So then we ask about the various vehicles and so forth. So we say that we have the hearer's 5 paths, accumulation, preparation, seeing, meditation, and no more learning. So we have those, the names will all be the same. So we have the hearer's 5 paths, solitary realizer's 5 paths, we have the bodhisattva's 5 paths, and then we have tantrayana. And all would have the abandonment of the generation of non-virtue, if the middle way consequence view is the view. So we'd say that yes, the Hinayanists have that both here in solitary realizer, because if they've realized emptiness, they realized the emptiness, which is the Madhyamika view, the middle way consequence view, according to the middle way school, of that if you understand that emptiness, you understand emptiness. So you have these abandonments in all of the vehicles, in the tantric vehicle, in the bodhisattva vehicle, perfection vehicle, and then the 2 Hinayana here in solitary realizer vehicle, because you have these pathways where you have abandonments. You have Hinayana foe destroyer. Because there is a Hinayana foe destroyer, there's this nirvana, so therefore there is abandonment of non-virtue, because there is a Hinayana nirvana, for those who follow the middle way consequence view. That was a qualifier Rinpoche stated. Digson Rinpoche. So in order to get rid of the idea that a rope is a snake, you have to realize that it's a rope. So this is the only thing that serves as an antidote to that misconception that believes it's a snake, is the understanding that it's not a snake, it's a rope. That's why that single-pointed concentration alone doesn't serve as an antidote to the misconception of grasping at true establishment, because just meditating, doesn't get at what is wrong, this misconception that needs to be corrected. Like the example of the snake and the rope, you need to know it's a rope. Likewise, you need to know it's not truly established in order to combat the belief that it is. Digson.
pomponga tsubala tuyne chudiyo ares. Ngade pomponga tsubala tuyne chudiyo zang, pomponga tsubala tuyne chuba yinsu zang, madeba rangad chuba yo mares.
I am merely nominally designated on a collection of aggregates that serves as a basis of designation. There is no inherently existent I that is separate from this collection that has been named. There's this basis of designation that has been named.
Grasping at
inherent existence. The Anjasurunang rounded Drupa. Lesser. Less so. So we're grasping. Oh, less so. So it's grasping at inherent existence, which needs to be reversed. So the grasping at inherent existence is reversed by understanding that things are not truly established. Once one recognizes that things are merely a collection of aggregates coming together, which serve as a basis of designation for a name of I or of whatever the phenomena is, that serves as an opponent to the grasping at things as having some inherent existence or having some independent establishment. So the understanding that they merely are a name on top of a collection that serves as a basis for designation. So there is no inherently existent this or that that's separate. Digsum.
Mago ajibi nyebudele, nyetuji langa, rajoji langa, teba chimbi langa, sanga galanga ngalo dichido, sonshabu mara.
So what is the antidote to the non-virtues that have been generated? We would say the antidote is or are the 5 hearers paths, the 5 solitary realizer paths, the 5 Mahayana paths, the tantric paths. So we would say that these are the things that abandon the generation of non-virtues. That's it.
What the land to Nubachelu, Nyetugan Lale, Rajagan Land Nubachagre, Rajagan Lale, Teba Chimbi Land Nubachagre, Telisanga Nubachagres.
Nupa che, oh che. So the hearers, langa, the hearers 5 paths have many abilities, but the solitary realizers paths have more abilities. And then the Mahayana path has even more abilities, and then of the perfection vehicle have even more abilities. And then the Mahayana path of the tantric vehicle has even more abilities. Diksum. In terms of abandonment. So one is able through this process to get rid of the Gyanjasuranang, Pacha Yoma. Okay, decent. So one is one is able to, as a hearer, a solitary realizer, in this process, get rid of these afflictions. But he or she isn't able to get rid of the imprints of the afflictions. So these are what he or she is able to get rid of is called afflictive obstructions. So the afflictive obstructions can be gotten rid of through this process of applying the antidote of understanding of the lack of true establishment. But the imprints can't be gotten rid of in this fashion. Dene? And if you don't get rid of the imprints of non-virtue, then you won't be a Buddha. So the here and solitary realizers have gotten rid of the afflictions, but they have not gotten rid of the imprints of those afflictions. The only one who has gotten rid of the imprints of those afflictions is the Buddha. So here the first is abandoning the non-virtue that has been generated. So if you're able to abandon that which has arisen, then you're able to make that which hasn't arisen not arise. So if you're able to abandon that which arises, then you move on to that which hasn't arisen not arising. Majepa midjepa, not arising. That which hasn't arisen not arising. Then So then the next is that the virtue increases. So the wisdom realizing emptiness and the mind that aspires to enlightenment, all of these virtues increase. So this is an increase of virtues. So we should ask a scientist. When there is an arisal of afflictions, nyomong, jepa, can they be abandoned or not? So can afflictions be abandoned or not? So many questions to ask scientists.
체르바 개발하고 그 산다 그 도바지 손하는 되고랬어.
Scientists are scholars, and they think about so many things that they have this desire for further analysis.
어때 먹어 제바 봉와 마제바 마제바 군도 그런도 사전 보다.
So all of these are right from the Buddha's sutras. So where we see this abandoning that non-virtue that has arisen, that which has not arisen, not arise. All these points are made by Lord Buddha.
먹어 제바 봉와 마제바 마제바스 야다 봉와서 니제
Less so.
근데 거와 제바 배워
Less so.
마지 제시도 좀 제바스
Less so.
니레도와
Less so.
근데 어때 먹어 제바 봉선의 거와 용거로다 그거
Less so.
거와 마제바 사바 뭐지 용거로 마제바 제바 거와 사바 거와 줄체 근데 거와 하마치 마제바 사바 뭐지 그러다 마제바 제시도 좀 제사.
So this abandoning of non-virtue becomes something which you like more and more as you go through it. So one sees this as something to aspire to, or that you like, and then it becomes more and more into the effort and meditation.
야다 봉와 공수 나가는 어떻게 해야 돼? 네, 공수 나가는 그냥 그 줄라 란도로 쉐발라 담보 데비 데바체나 공 담보제 네바데 네바 데발라 베바 네바제 베비군 전도 좀 송바제
Less so.
전도 좀에 건 신원 레소나 산 당원주 예제 진도바 지바제 글로벌 레소나 거비왕게 인원주나 교원주 예제 못다발로소바
Okay.
아니 이제 라도 조바시바 나바 임베서 어떤 같은데 놀도도.
So in the Ngatsu Karma Ju Yurei, in the sutra teachings, we find all of these presentations. We find that the 4 perfect abandonments, and then we also find these 5 explanations of meditation. So we find that first it says that this liking occurs. So you have this liking, and then more liking occurs. And then as a result of this more liking that occurs, effort occurs. This joyous effort occurs. And then as a result of that, then the mind starts to get worked on, and the mind is cleared up. So the dullness or laxity is abandoned, and then the mind is stabilized, extremely stable, and that meaning that excitement is gotten rid of. So the mind straying from its object. So here the dullness is eradicated, meaning that one becomes clear, and then the excitement is eradicated by stabilizing on that subject or object. So this is found. These are the points that are found in the sutras, where it says, abandoning the non-virtue that has arisen, that which is not arisen, not arise. That virtue that has arisen will increase, and that which has not arisen, may it arise. Those practices, and from that we find the arisal of a liking that increases to more liking, to effort, to the clarity of the mind, extreme clarity of the mind transformed into the mind being stabilized. So these are the 5 explanations of meditation. Okay, Digsum Rinpoche. Okay, then that'll be it for today. We'll do the concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. And thank you everyone very much for your patience. I really enjoy the fact that we're using this text, but there's no frame of reference for it, so it's just going to take a little time. And we'll do the concluding mandal offering and dedication prayer. And you can really see, I know I've said this before, but when you look at how the monks learn, they go from Dutra to Lorig to Darig, you really see when you start to dissect this material, how that knowledge is indispensable, how the knowledge within the Lorig and the Dutra and the Darig, you have to know in order to really understand these other points. Because I would say that 50% of the teaching that we've had over the last couple of weeks has really been focused on those first beginning books that the monks use and nuns use for their studies. So it's really in one way very special that we're learning it, but in another way kind of a flag to us that we need to really learn the mind and awareness, signs and reasoning, and the logic primer, assorted texts in the beginning, in the Dutra, in order to truly understand this material. Concluding mandal offering dedication prayer. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drakpa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors to traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. All-powerful Avalokiteshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Tuji Rinpoche, Gutsi Shapi Denonang, Matsu Lamrim Chenmo Kongachiranang. Thank you, everyone.